Forget ESPN. Come chill with Max and Ben. Don't be a barstool bro. There's a much better place to go. It's a Pretty Sports Show.
Hey! Little sports show. If you podcast it, they will listen.
Oh.
Maybe.
Hey. If you're pretty and little, we will podcast because we're pretty,
right.
we're little, we're sporty. Hey!
How's your week been, Max?
Fucking radical, man.
Whoa.
I've been dreamy. I've been fieldy. We're recording this on a Thursday afternoon. We had some scheduling conflicts. That's what life is all about.
I'm just happy that I get to do this because it's I get to have an excuse now for not having to pack because I'm moving on Sunday.
Oh, congratulations, Ben. Moving is everyone's favorite part of life.
It's so stressful.
No, it's so exciting.
I hate
it. don't think about it as you have to move. You get to move.
I get to move.
I'm
going to be moving 4 blocks away from Mile High Stadium, the Broncos Stadium.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that's going to be interesting on Sundays. I might sell my parking space.
Yeah, you should. Dude, tailgating every fucking Sunday, bro.
Yes, exactly.
To all of our listeners and viewers, we do apologize for canceling. But we had some technical and scheduling conflicts for our Wednesday night live stream extravaganza, but we still were able to get this episode out, so you get to listen to it. And
we're sorry, Max's mom. We're sorry.
We're so sorry, Mom. But look what we get. We get an episode going on. So you know what?
Let's get into it.
We're recording this on Thursday afternoon. This evening, the Field of Dreams game happens. A one-night game in a cornfield.
I'm excited.
They did this whole fucking thing in a cornfield. I thought it was going to be like 3 games. It's just one game. They gotta
at least let like a minor league team play there or something as a home stadium.
One game? One? I was like, just one?
At least let like little league teams play there or something like that.
I know, but they did this one. Okay, real quick. We're going to talk about our socials at the beginning of the episode. Everyone's favorite part.
And in the middle.
Yeah, well, we will, if we remember. Subscribe to us on YouTube, everybody. It helps us grow the show and let people know about us. And if you go to www.prettylittle.sportshow.com, it takes you right to our YouTube page. It's not our website. We don't have a website. It takes you directly to our YouTube page. And you click that subscribe button, and then you did all you need to have to do. And then you can like go watch Field of Dreams or whatever. But you should probably go watch a better movie.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. I'm canceled.
Follow us on Twitter too, folks. Pretty_sports.
Somebody took Pretty Sports.
We're active.
Pretty_sports. We're active. We're tweeting.
So tweet at us. We'll tweet you back.
We'll
tweet you back.
Or slide into our DMs.
We'll Twitter at you.
Follow us on Instagram at Pretty Little Sports Show. Yeah, or slide into our DMs, but you should follow us first. Contact us.
If you see cool stories, funny, ridiculous stories, feel free to email it to us. Maybe we'll talk about it on the show.
prettylittle@gmail.com, or if you want to give positive feedback. We only take positive feedback. We do not want constructive criticism or anything negative. I cannot handle it. I'm fragile.
My ego can't.
I only want positive criticism. And ratings on Apple and Spotify, we also need those. 5 stars only. 5-star ratings. And also, please get vaccinated. Get poked unless you have talked to a doctor and you have a very good medical reason to not get vaccinated due to a pre-existing condition that bars you from getting one. That is an understandable thing. But unless you have a very good reason not to, get vaccinated.
We're looking at you, NFL players. Come on.
Yeah, please get vaccinated. And if you do not think vaccinations are a good thing, We don't want you listening to this podcast.
Yep, turn it off.
Boom, turn it off. We don't want you.
Off.
Go listen to Barstool. David Portnoy says he's apolitical. Well, go listen to his company's podcast. Yeah, well, don't, because we don't want them getting money.
Sadly, we might all be listening to them with them. We'll talk about that too.
Pretty soon we'll live in an all Barstool world.
CNN is going to be Barstool. No.
please join us in the fight against Barstool. That's why at the bottom of all our Instagram posts we say it. Please join us in the fight against Barstool. Guys, every vaccination is a fight against Barstool. That's why we say get vaccinated.
That's how they should be marketing it, and everybody would get it. I feel like.
Yeah. So that's why Pfizer and Moderna are so good, because it's two pokes. So it's double. It's double the fight against Barstool.
Why? Two for the price of one. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you want that?
It's really good stuff.
Buy one get one free.
Yeah, you gotta fight Barstool.
Come on, I should be marketing the vaccine.
Yeah,
man.
It's really gotta fight Barstool.
Coupons, just give out coupons for the vaccine, people.
Okay, but all jokes aside, all seriousness, get vaccinated. The Delta variant, it's real. We're not scientists, but it's common sense.
Yeah, look, it's just like with sports. We're not sports analysts. We'll leave the analysis to them, but we're not gonna pretend to know more than the people that know the most about this stuff. Why would we do that? Same with the vaccine. I'm not gonna pretend I'm a scientist. I'm not gonna pretend that I know more than the scientists. Get out of here.
We were gonna cover a lot of COVID stories, but covering them is just more depressing than funny.
It's so depressing.
So we were like, let's
just do a quick. Yeah,
if you're an audio listener, we just have a slide with all of our social stuff, and at the bottom we just tagged "Get vaccinated." And actually, we're spending longer on this than I want to.
We are spending so
next
much
slide.
Longer. Let's go to the next. We've lost so many people.
This is from the New York Times. Olympics end as they began. Strangely, the 32nd Summer Olympics came to a close in Tokyo. We did it together. The president of the International Olympic Committee said to lukewarm applause.
Lukewarm applause.
And Ben, our podcast began with the opening of the Olympics, and I think it's time for our podcast.
Are you nostalgic?
I think it's time for our podcast to end with the closing Olympics. So this will be our final episode. Thank you, Ben. Thank you to everyone. This is the end.
We had a good run.
We had a good run.
I think it was
just kidding. We're going forever. We're never ending. This isn't an every 4 years thing.
No, it's an.
We're gonna have robot. We're gonna have robot voices, fucking recreate, analyzing our voices, so we don't even have to do the podcast anymore after a few weeks. We're gonna have episodes coming out every few seconds. Just
you're saying in the future, 4 years from now?
No, I'm saying in a few days.
Wow. Okay.
They'll probably have enough minutes just to mimic we don't say anything that clever. I don't think
No, not at all.
So Ben, should I explain what we're gonna do here?
Let's get into it.
So listeners, we did not watch the closing ceremony because we didn't really want to watch all the ads, but we feel like we did, so we're gonna recap the closing ceremony anyway.
Just basically what we assumed it would have been.
So Ben, what were your feelings on the closing ceremony?
I thought it was really cool when they grabbed the torch and they dipped it into the fire, and then they were like, we're going to the next city, and then they all walked out of the arena together, and they're probably headed towards the next city that the next Olympics is in, and they all walked out together. I thought that was really cool.
I liked the fireworks, and
fireworks were gorgeous.
I really liked the tribute to essential workers, and I really liked when they reminded us for the 1,000th time that we were in a pandemic, because we don't get enough constant reminders that we are in a pandemic, and so
it is important to say that this Olympics is not like the others. It's different. In that respect.
I really liked the part where there was a pause in the coverage, and I received about 10 minutes of ads. And the ads were for pharmaceutical products and diapers.
Right.
And that really reminded me of life and death. And that was really good symbolism to then return to fireworks. Really celebration of life.
Well, and of course the musical number that accompanied the fireworks was
was
absolutely gorgeous, and
lots of renditions
of it. Yeah, multiple languages,
fireworks.
It's it's one of those things where it's like it really shows how the world can come together, and be one, and that's what the Olympics are really all about. And I really feel like they got that message across in the closing ceremonies.
A lot of sports. It was sports and athletics and competition.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Did you feel that about the?
I did, and even more so, I felt that all of those things couldn't have been done without heart.
Oh my God,
without
soul.
Passion.
Yes,
when you think about how much hard work these athletes have put into it.
Oh my God.
To lead up to this point.
Especially with 2020 getting canceled and then 2021 almost getting canceled.
And the adversities that these players have been through.
Adversity.
It is something.
Grit.
It is
soul.
Something.
Well, Ben, I cannot wait for 2024 where I think, is it in Paris?
I think, yeah.
Well,
Paris.
Whatever it is, I am sure it will be a completely different world from it is
You'll
now.
Get to do your French impression.
Oh, Ben! I will say, though, USA won the most gold medals, baby. Hell yeah.
Did they? I thought, no, they didn't. I thought it was China.
No, we won by one medal. I swear to God, you can look
it was total medals. Total medals, the U.S. won. The gold medals, China won, I thought.
Look it up, Ben. We won by one gold medal. I keep track of this shit because I give a shit. For some reason, I give a shit that the USA wins total gold medals.
Oh my God, we did. Okay.
By one. It's so fun. Come on.
Wow.
We won by one gold medal, Ben. USA, baby.
Wow,
China.
We also won the gold at being hated by all the other countries.
Hell yeah! No, I think that Russia is probably the most hated by all the other countries.
Oh, because they're cheating scandal.
Well, because
or whatever?
They weren't even like really like they came in as like the Russian like Olympic Committee or like
right. Yeah,
like
because they had gotten suspended or whatever, right?
Yeah, and instead of playing their national anthem, they played like Tchaikovsky or something. That's true. They didn't play. They weren't allowed to play the national anthem.
Wow.
And then people were
that is amazing.
They
should have just played like the Rocky theme song or something.
Well, it's like, what if America went up? It's like, what would they play? It's like they would have played some boring shit, like just
they would have played. They would have played "Born in the USA."
That I wish, and not like understood that it's a song about like Vietnam. Definitely, this would have happened
without a doubt.
Without a doubt, baby.
Oh man. What's next?
What speaking of Born in the USA, baby.
That wasn't an accident, Max.
Jessica Springsteen, fucking daughter of Bruce Springsteen, the boss, wins a silver medal with a U.S. show jumping team.
So this isn't where they make the horses do the little trot, right? This is where they're actually
jump. They jump.
Do they swim?
'Cause baby, we were born to trot.
I'm just happy that
horsey days.
I'm just happy that someone like her could overcome so much adversity through her life to get to this point to win that gold medal.
Well,
we were just talking about adversity. I had to do it.
Yeah, I know that. She is 20. It's cool that she is 29 and it's her first Olympics. Like she missed the last one. Like she's been trying she's been trying a long time.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. She can jump those walls with that
pretty good week for New Jersey. Yeah, I didn't like some things in some of the verbiage.
Were you just about to say pretty good week for New Jersey?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get into that. It's been a pretty good week for New Jersey, pretty excellent week.
I love that you see this headline and you're just like, all you can think about is New Jersey pride.
Well, yeah, listeners, I am from New Jersey. Well, I mean, like Bruce Springsteen and New Jersey are like so incredibly attached. Like he's our guy.
Right.
He knows he's our guy. He tried not to live in New Jersey. Born to Run is about leaving New Jersey. He ended up living in New Jersey. Like it's so connected. A lot of people not from New Jersey don't get why we like Bruce Springsteen. It's just so connected.
Do you actually like his music?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm not sure how much I would like his music if I didn't live in New Jersey. I don't know.
Wow, like, at least you're honest about your clear bias.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you. But I love him. He's the man. He's the boss.
Yeah. And that goes for Disco Fries too, right?
I fucking love.
You're not sure how much you would love them.
Well, no, Disco Fries are but Disco Fries are. Have you ever had them? They're fucking delicious. They're actually really good.
No, I haven't had them. Yeah, I don't see them on the menu too much.
Oh, that's true. For anybody listening, Disco Fries are waffle fry. They're typically waffle fries with brown gravy and mozzarella.
But it's a Jersey thing.
It is a Jersey thing, and it's delicious. Also, Taylor ham. Southern Jersey people call it pork roll. It's like a specific ham that's basically only in New Jersey, and it's a breakfast meat, and it's very delicious.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's like really good. Anyway, her horse's name is Don Juan van Donkhoof.
Okay. Look at the little horse hat that the horse has. Do you see that?
Yeah, there's a little horse hat.
Got little spikes on it.
But there's like language in here where they like blame the horse. They're like, oh, like she did a good job, but like, oh, so Laura Kraut went first to the United States and had a clear ride with no faults. Springsteen was next and had 4 faults after her horse knocked down a rail. The anchorman, Mick Lane Ward, had 4 faults as well. But I'm like, the horse knocked down a rail.
You go into the glue factory. You're
gonna blame the horse. It's like you were riding the horse. Like all the verbiage in here is like the horse had the faults. It's like, look, you had the faults. You were riding the horse.
Max, the horse let its country down. It's a traitor. It's a traitor to this country.
Leave the pony alone. The pony didn't do anything wrong.
The horse to a supermax prison. He deserves it. He betrayed our country.
Okay, I will say I really like what the boss's daughter says here. She says, I was disappointed to have the 4 faults. She takes the blame, but I thought my horse jumped the rest of the course absolutely beautifully. So I thought that was very nice of her to say that.
That was sweet. I just want to know, did she give the horse a little treat after for doing a good job? That's what I want to know.
Like some sugar cubes?
Maybe, yeah. Is that the treats that they give to horses?
Ben, I don't like the way that you're saying treat. Like, what are you saying?
What do you mean? Like
I don't know. You're saying
like if a dog does a trick, you give it a treat.
Oh, okay. The way that your tone has like a weird innuendo to it.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. You're like a treat, man, like a treat.
Oh, okay. This what the fuck?
I just didn't know where you were going with it.
Your mind went there, Max. Not
you
mine.
Did. Okay, I just want to know. I just want to know. So, were you thinking sugar cubes are like carrot? Like, what were you thinking?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking a treat for doing a job well done.
What?
I was talking about it in a cute way. I was being cute.
Okay, I'm sorry. So, what kind of treats do they give horses? Sugar cubes?
Probably.
Yeah, like Pie-O-My.
Carrots.
R.I.P. Pie-O-My. R.I.P. Pie-O-My, like the horse from The Sopranos that burned it.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Pie-O-My.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was also a good week for New Jersey because another reason was because Kevin Durant of the Brooklyn, formerly New Jersey Nets, led his team USA past La France for a 4th straight Olympic gold medal. Hell yeah.
Max, I think you mean the Nuggets backup center JaVale McGee led Team USA to their
It's just medal. So I was watching this game and like parts of the other games and just like and the games that I didn't watch, I just followed. It was like, why does KD every team that he's on recently, the guy has to do fucking everything.
Yeah.
I was watching this game. Everyone was like
they were
the Nets,
bad.
Like the Nets in this final game, the Nets had it. Everyone was missing foul shots, and then they just had to give KD the ball, and he was the only one making foul shots. KD has to do fucking everything.
Yeah.
Devin Booker made no shots. He did nothing.
Apparently, Dame was playing through an injury.
Which is so stupid.
Yeah.
He
had like an abdominal injury. Yeah.
Go home. That's so risky.
I know.
Why?
especially when he's one of the biggest trading chips right now in the NBA. Could potentially sign for a ton of money on another team. Probably not the best idea to be fucking around.
KD is so amazing, dude. It's like all the hate, and I just want to say, I really have always felt this way. Like even when he was on the Warriors,
sure,
like, I'm hugely respectful of competitive, talented players.
Can you name the other player that was on the Warriors and still is?
Steph Curry?
Yeah, you got it. What? I just wanted to make sure you're very focused on your own teams and not so much other teams.
Draymond Green?
Yeah, there you go. That's two more.
Was Iguodala on that team?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, dude. Good job. I know people. I know people on teams. On the Cavaliers.
I know you know every person on the Nets. I know that for sure.
Yeah, like Timothy Luwawu Cabarrot was on the French team that KD just beat. And I think KD was like, there is no way I'm going back to the US and having to look like Luwawu in the fucking eyes, who's a bench player, and being like, you won the Olympic gold and not me. Like, there's no fucking way.
That would be a problem.
There's no way.
Mm-hmm. But it's embarrassing enough that they lost to them the first time.
Exactly. I think that was really embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was just, this was just another example of KD having to fucking do like everything.
Yep.
It was just insane. So it was the fourth straight gold medal at the Tokyo Olympics. It should have been the millionth fucking straight.
Yeah. And he's had a big signing this week too, didn't he?
Yeah, and just real quick, he passed LaMelo for the most points scored Carmelo for the most points scored in the Olympics. And another great week for New Jersey / Brooklyn fans because he signed a 4-year deal, $198 million extension with the Brooklyn Nets for the next 4 years, baby. Let's go, Brooklyn Nets fans. Woo!
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. And it sounds like they're going to be also signing Harden and Kyrie too, right? So
yeah, that's Sean Marks said that by training camp he expects to lock down Kyrie and Harden.
Amazing.
And I would say Sean Marks is pretty much thought of to be like a pretty brilliant GM. So I think he's to be trusted. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, seems like it. They did lose Spencer Dinwiddie this week, which is kind of
Dinwiddie.
Yeah.
Look,
folks, we're not analysts. All right.
Yeah. His name is already funny.
I only see it on Top Shot cards. That's it.
But yeah.
He's supposed to be good, right?
No, he's really good, especially like defensively, and it's like what the Nets need. But
so is losing him, was that to create room to be able to sign these guys?
I'm guessing. I think it was just always kind of like a big kind of like I don't exactly know, but I assume so. I mean, I think they're willing to go over cap because the team is really like rich. I'm assuming
they're going to need some depth though.
Yeah. But I think if you have those three healthy, you're like pretty good.
Yeah, probably.
But I think if he says that, it's like pretty much guaranteed because he like rebuilt the Nets from nothing and has been pretty trustworthy. But let's get some. Anyway, great week for New Jersey fans. New Jersey fans didn't like stop being fans of the Nets once they moved like 15 minutes away to Brooklyn, or like 20 minutes. It wasn't like a big deal for them.
Yeah.
I moved to Brooklyn because of the Nets. You know, that's the reason.
Did you
why.
really?
No.
I was like, wow, I never knew you were like that big of a
Otherwise,
fan.
I would have just stayed to New Jersey. I had to move closer to the Nets. No, dude.
I move wherever. If the Nets end up moving cities to Nashville, I'm moving to Nashville.
Yeah,
that's just how
I'm
it
going
is.
there, baby. All right. Let's see. What do we have up next, Ben? And the U.S. women cruised past Japan for a 7th straight Olympic gold. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, men. We only had their 4th, the women of their 7th. The women are like way more dominant, actually. And I like that. That the WNBA actually, because the Olympics are in the middle of their season, they just take a month off for the Olympics so they can send their best. They're like, fuck it. We're just taking the time off.
Why doesn't like the MLB do that for baseball?
Because of revenue and blah blah blah.
I feel like that the Olympics are pretty like high ratings broadcast usually.
No, the Olympics have terrible broadcasts.
Have they? Well, this year. Well, I heard that this year. But in previous years, I thought it has been good.
Every year it gets worse.
It gets worse and worse.
Yeah, like nobody watches the Olympics.
Yeah.
But I think if every baseball fan was watching, like, would it be interesting?
I would absolutely love to see a Dominican Republic's best team versus the U.S.'s best team. Would be amazing.
We would absolutely destroy every single team.
Who would? The U.S.?
The U.S. It would.
You don't think the Dominican Republic would? Fernando Tatis, Manny Machado, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Oh, you're right, because all of our I understand what you're saying, because
I mean, we'd get like Mike Trout, or we'd get like some of those
sorry,
guys.
I wasn't thinking about it.
We'd get Judge.
Sorry. I was thinking about like all of the MLB players. Because some of I get what you're saying now, dude. You're right. It'd be super interesting. We
get to see Ohtani play for Japan.
Okay, they should just have a month off where, like, internally we do our own Olympics.
Yeah,
by country.
I think there was 1 year where they scheduled the World Baseball Classic to where everybody could play, and it was like amazing TV, and it was, I think, like the U.S. I think did end up winning it. But it was close.
Yeah,
it was like a walk-off or something.
Just to clarify to the listeners, when you initially said that, I was thinking like the U.S. team would have just everybody from the MLB. From the MLB.
Well, yeah, then it would be like no competition.
I was like, Ben, we just because our AA players like only lost to Japan by like 1 run or something, you know, like, and they had like Tanaka, you know, like it was like. Yeah.
Yep. But there's like there's countries like Venezuela too, I think would be a lot better and probably be in it. But yeah. All their players are up here and playing Major League Baseball.
Yeah, so Sue Bird and is it Diana
Taurasi?
Terrible pronunciation.
They're like the vets on the team.
They built and grew the dynasty. They put on their 5th golds, which is fucking nuts.
It's crazy.
5th?
Yeah.
How was that 20 years, or was there like 2 summers? Was that like because there was how 5th?
They have been playing, I think, for like 20 years.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
They're kind of old, yeah, in terms of basketball players.
How dare you?
But they still crushed it. They got the goal.
They're experienced.
And Diana Taurasi also appeared in the new Space Jam movie, so she does it all.
That's definitely her proudest achievement.
I think they call her like White Mamba or something like that. It's like her nickname.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, I think so. Let me see.
And then Brittany Griner had an awesome.
Do. And I think that was what her name was in Space Jam. I can't remember.
Dude, Brittany Griner put up 30 points. She had the most points ever in a gold medal game for an American, beating Lisa Leslie's record of 29 by 1 point. And we know how legendary Lisa Leslie is. Like, she was like the star when like the WNBA came out. Like, she was like
deal. The face of it. Yeah, pretty exciting.
But apparently, like, when she was talking about stuff, she said that she was just happier that she helped get Bird and Taurasi to the 5th. Because she says she was talking about. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm
You're putting
sorry.
are you putting the Japanese flair on it because they played in Japan? Turasai.
Dude, obviously I'm confused. All right, Torasai is a pretty cool last name, though.
It is. It would
To
be
be
cool.
honest,
Yeah.
it's not like I'm like giving her. All right, it's not like I'm giving her a worse last name. That would be all right. So, can you say it for me more? Tarasi, you're saying?
Yeah, Tarasi.
Yeah, she said, even on the court, I'm still in awe. Like, yo, I get to play with Diana Taurasi. So to be part of this, her fifth, it means everything to me. Honestly, what a cool quote. How
Yeah.
humble.
Yeah. She
What a,
probably grew
no
up watching
wonder,
her as a
no
kid,
wonder,
being
no
a fan
wonder
of
they
her.
fucking won. Like, what a
Yeah.
cool team. Like, not only did they ball out, they like really like had respect for each other.
Mm-hmm.
And Bird said, hopefully we've left a legacy with younger players where they now can carry that torch. And I bet they will. And maybe the men's team can wake up and because KD's not, I bet KD will be there next time because he's just KD. But maybe the next time KD will age or something. And somebody's going to have to not suck. God, KD can't do everything.
Please.
Like where he was the whole team the whole time.
Bad. Be like the women's team.
Yeah, be like the
next
fucking
time.
women's team.
Please,
Jesus.
win.
Come on.
We don't.
Yeah.
We don't settle.
Let's get to this,
win. That's what the U.S. does.
This is what this podcast is really about. It's not really about.
It's about the little tiny cars.
These little tiny cars. This is from Yahoo Sports, which is
so
one of
cute.
our favorite sources. Yahoo Sports. They deliver real news. Mystery
Pretty little
solved.
Cars.
I wish Hooligans still existed, by the way. Okay. Do you remember Hooligans?
No.
Oh my God. Didn't you ever go to like the library when you were in like school and they would like teach you computers for the first time and you would use like a search engine and you had to use like a kid friendly one. So they would put you on like Hooligans. It was like a kid friendly search engine.
Oh, really? No, I never had that. I've never heard of that search engine before.
Like Colorado sounds like a terrible place. You can get Hooligans.
I know we did this. Colorado's so weird. We use this search engine called Google. I know we're like a weird state.
No, we use that
pretty
too.
Bizarre.
We use that too. We use Google
pretty
too.
Weird.
But like you probably had to use like the Bible or something.
No, I didn't.
You had to use the Bible. Do you know what we had to do?
I went to a public school, you know.
So did I. We just had
not
to
everything not everything west of New York is Bible country, Max. I don't know if you know this.
As a coastal elitist, I'm pretty sure everything off the coast is the Bible Belt.
What do you know about? Let me ask you this. What do you know about Colorado?
You guys just read Bibles and smoke weed. That's my impression.
Well, you know, we do have like weed churches and things out there.
I'm kidding.
So we sort of have that.
I don't think
sort of have that.
Just to be clear, that joke was mainly about me being an idiot.
It was a very Barstool joke.
That was not a Barstool joke. They don't talk about Bibles in bars. In Barstool, they'd be so afraid to make that joke.
No, but that's
Max. We cannot afford to lose our religious.
I have to
listeners.
say it at least once every episode. I have to say that you're behaving like Barstool.
I'm veering into Barstool. Max, we cannot afford to lose our religious listeners. We're going to need to take that back. We're going to need to take that back. Max, we cannot lose our religious listeners. We're going to take it back.
Yeah.
They would never
need to edit that out. We need to edit that out.
You said Bible and not you said Bible and not in terms of I love the Bible. That's only we have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, mystery solved.
It's a good tangent.
And I'm gonna need you to Google Hooligans later. It was beautiful.
I guarantee you, I won't be doing it later.
Google Hooligans and then Hooligans Disco Fries. Mystery solved. What are those little robotic cars driving around Olympic Track and Field Stadium? Now, maybe you saw these audio listeners. It looks like a little bus and it says Tokyo 2020. And you might have seen them. They're like probably like a few, maybe like half a foot tall, maybe a foot tall. And they would like drive around the track and fields and people didn't know what they were. Well, it turns out that they're like these little like cars that would drive by themselves. And it turns out that they would like pick up the discs that like like disc throwers would throw by themselves, and they didn't even need to be like controlled by remote controls. Isn't that cool, Ben? Mystery solved.
Cool. It's pretty
mystery
cool.
solved. Yahoo solved the mystery.
It's pretty neat.
Do you think they split up and searched for clues?
I was just gonna say, like, great investigative journals in here.
Mystery
by Yahoo
solved.
Sports.
And I would have gone.
We've been plugging away, trying to figure out what these things are.
We solved it on the last day of the Olympics. And Tokyo was like, I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for your kids and that meddling pup.
Now I have a son at home who plays with a remote control car, and I thought to myself, could that be it?
Yeah. What does this car do?
What does it all mean?
now it also serves another thing that also they have people that pick up the javelins, and they also stick it into the car. It serves many purposes,
right?
And then
I think we talked about this last time. This isn't even like a COVID measure. This is just things they do.
Because if you look at these other images we have, and these ones were controlled by remote control cars, I believe. People were in control of them. In Rio, they had these little pickup trucks that they would use to stick the discs.
That's adorable.
And then in London in 2012, they had little mini Koopas.
Ooh, that's cool. What do you think America's would be? Do you think it'd be like a monster truck or something like that?
Be a fucking Hummer, dude.
It'd be an army tank.
Probably. Yeah, wait, wouldn't we have like we'd have like a Dodge Charger, right? Because that's what
we'd have a little
military guys get. They get like the Dodge Charger,
right? Yeah, we'd have like a little drone coming in to pick something up and then falling off.
I don't know. Yeah, have you something like that? Like, well, yeah, Rio already basically did the pickup truck, which is what I think we would have. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. A Ford that breaks down halfway to the ball.
Yeah, it would have to be. Yeah. It would have to be like a Ford, I guess.
If it's an American-made car, it's probably not going to hang around too well out on the field there.
No, dude, Ford tough. Oops. Okay, so we solved that one. All right, we got to.
We solved that one.
We solved the mystery.
We solved that mystery.
We're the new Mystery Inc., dude.
Yeah.
You're Shaggy and I'm Scooby Doo.
Instead of Pretty Little Max and Pretty Little Ben, it's going to be Detective.
Wait, hold on.
Would
you want to be Scooby or Shaggy?
Oh, I'd want to be Shaggy.
Yeah, I feel like I have big Scooby energy.
I'd just love to just smoke weed in a van all day.
Well, I think Scooby does too.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he always wants those Scooby snacks.
Wait,
right?
so it's established that both of them smoke weed. Why would you want to be? Why would you want to be Shaggy? And not
mostly
Scooby?
Just because, like, I don't want to shit outside. Like, I'd prefer inside on a toilet.
I think situation. Scooby uses a toilet. So
oh, you do? That's awesome.
Okay, so why do you?
Well, now I want to be Scooby.
No, it's too late. I'm Scooby. So too late. I'm Scooby. I'm a dog. You're stuck being Shaggy. You're just tall.
That's fine. I'm cool with that.
Do you like my impression? Look, I don't think it's that bad.
If you're Shaggy, you don't complain about being Shaggy because you're just like, yeah, man, whatever.
I'm a puppy, dude. I'm a puppy.
Good for you.
I just want to say, Scrappy Doo does not exist in our universe. He's lame. He's annoying.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck Scrappy Doo.
He's like the Barstool of cartoon dogs.
We don't need him.
All right, should we talk about
hold on, Max and Ben, cheaters. We're going to need to take that back. We don't want to offend our listeners who like Scrappy Doo, so we need you to take that back. We have a lot of Barstool listeners who like Scrappy
edit out
Doo,
so. We got to edit out the Scrappy part.
Yeah. All right. You want to take this?
Let's talk about these cheaters, these cheats. So Ramon Laureano with a PED suspension. Oakland Athletics slugger gets 80-game ban for positive test. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Max, but I seem to remember Ramon Laureano being the guy that was charging after Bregman and Altuve on the field shortly after they found out that they were cheating. Am I wrong?
Yeah. Okay. He was mad. Okay. Maybe he wasn't cheating. At the time.
And look, the Astros too. God knows I hate those guys, but you gotta love the hypocrisy here. You gotta love it.
What is there like an expression like "don't throw stones at glass houses" or something?
In glass houses. Yeah.
Isn't it?
I think he was throwing stones at the glass house originally, and then we found out he was actually in the glass house.
Yeah, it's like not it's not the best look to do that.
No.
I don't think people should cheat. If you're cheating,
one thing I'm confused by is he's been terrible this year. Like I had him on one of my fantasy teams.
Okay, so
he's been really bad.
Okay, so maybe that was last year when he. Okay, so maybe we should let it slide. Not that he's cheating. Maybe at the time he wasn't cheating because that was last year, right? When he charged. So maybe he wasn't cheating at the time, and then this year he started sucking. So he recently started juicing because he sucks.
It could be that,
dude. Mystery solved. Shaggy and Scooby on the case. Mystery machine, baby.
It's either that, or he had such a good season last year because he was on it, and maybe he's like not on it as. But he just got
he's on it, dude. He's
on it right now.
I bet he's. So just so people know, the Office of Commissioner of Baseball announced today that Oakland Athletics outfielder Raymond Laureano has received an 80-game suspension without pay after testing positive for nandrolone, a performance-enhancing substance in violation of Major League Baseball's Joint Drug Prevention and Treatment Program. So it's an 80-day suspension, and I looked it up. It's a steroid. It's steroids.
Okay. How did he think he wouldn't get caught for that?
Because
I don't understand why baseball players would even take that risk. Like knowing that like sports writers are so hostile towards them and shit. Like Barry Bonds is never going to get in the Hall of Fame. That's crazy. Like Barry Bonds deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, but he cheated once or twice, and so it's
I don't
he's
think
never
he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
You don't think he does?
Well, because he did steroids.
But you can't hit that many home runs, I feel like, without still being a good hitter.
No, I know. I mean, you still have to hit the ball. I do agree with you on that front, but like didn't he juice like hard, Barry Bonds?
He did, but like, and he fucked up for sure. To say though that like his entire career doesn't deserve to be recognized in the Hall of Fame, I don't know. I think he does. Like
for me, it's like super gray area, and I think that we just need to establish they need to establish some kind of like. They need to figure out how they're going to address steroids
going forward.
They just need to like figure it out. Like I don't know how they're going to figure it out. That's my view. I'm like, yeah, Barry Bonds is fucking amazing, but like he did do steroids. Like how bad is that?
An asterisk always suffices. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't know how bad it is. He did do steroids though. He got I'm really sure, strong.
Like
it's it's not fair.
Way back in the day, I'm sure like guys back then were taking like performance enhancing type of stuff, maybe not like steroids like what Bonds was injecting, but I'm sure they were taking some sort of uppers here and there to give them more adrenaline at the plate, and out on the field.
Don't get me wrong, Ben. I mean, I think steroids are awesome. Who doesn't want big muscly men hitting
big old muscles,
big old muscly hot men hitting big super dingers with shrunken testicles? I mean, who doesn't want that? I don't want these big testicles. I want these small testicly men, big dingers getting into the Hall of Fame. Yeah. No, I mean Barry Bonds incredible. I mean, who can hit like that? But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about this hilarious guy. He said really funny things, Ben. He said funny things. I would never knowingly ingest any banned substance and put the game that I love my life at risk. He never would. I've never heard this line before by someone who's gotten caught.
But if that's the thing, then somebody they need to start another investigation.
Oh, well, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go at Hooligans.
It could have been someone snuck into his room at night while he was asleep and stuck a needle in his butt. It could have been something like that. So we need to look into that.
Well, you got to hear the rest of this quote, man, because maybe because we're going to look at the clues and the Mystery Inc. We're going to find our Velma and Daphne. No Scrappy, and no Fred because Fred's a bitch. He wears an ascot, not cool.
What else did he say? I
didn't
want to
say
hear
that.
it.
Yeah, I hope that didn't come off too barstooly. It's just Fred's lame. Think about it. It's just a fact. Think about it. When I found out that I tested positive for nandrolone, I was shocked. He was shocked. I take great care of my body and have extremely regimented diet. Based on the minuscule amount that was briefly in my body, I've learned that it is likely that it was contamination of something I ingested. Yeah, just this performance enhancing drug. Maybe the turkey he ingested was contaminated. Just the steroid just fell on some turkey.
I think my peanut butter and jelly sandwich had steroids in it. Okay, guys?
Yeah. This is like that guy that got caught a couple years ago and he was like, it must have been in my Uber Eats. What are you talking? Do you remember that? Do you remember that at all?
No, I don't.
Some guy got caught. He was like, it was in my Uber Eats. It's so fucking funny.
Oh, that's so funny.
God. It's always the stories like this.
You're never going to believe this. I got trapped by the jigsaw guy. And
yeah.
I had to jump into a pit of needles. I didn't know they were steroids. I didn't know.
No, this shit happens all the time. Like, no, this makes me think. I think people are doing steroids all the time, and just some of them get caught, and they have ways to get past the drug test.
It could be, yeah. I mean, there are some too that I have heard of. Not to be like a defender of Laureano, but there are some types of performance enhancing drugs that's not even like the main steroid that like Bonds used or anything, that like if you buy certain over the counter medication, it's in like certain cough syrups and things like that. And so you can find small traces of it in some of these steroid tests. And so there have been players that have gotten flagged for that and then suspended, even though they're like every single person who's had that specific thing shown up in their tests have said like, no way. Like I have never ever injected myself with anything knowingly at all.
Yeah, but there's an appeal process, and they should be aware of like,
yeah.
At this point, they should be aware of like what's in what and like what like not to take. You know, this is pretty few years down the line. I mean, but I do get what you're saying. That would be a really shitty situation.
Way to get suspended. Yeah.
If that is the case, Laureano, very sorry for making fun of you. If it's not, if it's not the case, very happy to make fun of you.
Look, it's the internet, Laureano. We're just gonna jump.
Laureano. Either way, Mystery Inc. is on the case. We will get to the bottom of this. Us and Yahoo Sports.
Pretty little mystery boys.
We got to the bottom of the car thing. It was very hard. Us and Yahoo, we figured it out.
Next week we'll tell our listeners if he did actually cheat or not. We're gonna find out.
We figured out that Scooby Doo goes potty, so we figured it out.
Now let me ask you this: does Scooby Doo, does he pee sitting down or standing up? That's what I'd like to know.
It depends how healthy his prostate is at the time.
Okay. It's getting a good image in my brain.
It just depends. If the prostate,
imagine walking into a bathroom and seeing him at the urinal, wagging his tail, taking a peek. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
What's next?
Oh, more cheaters to talk about, Ben. We had a lot of publications.
Oh my God, there's so many cheaters.
This is from people.com. Sports, the sports part of people.com. Astros. Sorry, I vomited. If you couldn't tell. Alex Bregman stops to help fan wearing his jersey whose car broke down. Get home safe.
Wow, that's amazing, Max. Did they fix the car?
No, because he sucks. He failed to fix the car. Houston Astros third baseman Alex Bregman told the fan on Twitter, "Nice jersey" after the chance encounter. So I'm wondering. So Alex Bregman, if the fan wasn't wearing the jersey, would you not have stopped? Like everyone's like,
that's the first thing I thought too when I saw the picture. I was like, oh, that's convenient that he's wearing an Astros jersey. The fan is.
Yeah, so does this guy just not? So it's like, so if there's other random people on the side of the road, you just don't help them.
Probably not.
Probably would not help them. This is a PR move if I've ever seen them, to recover from the fact that everyone hates you because you're a stupid cheater.
Do you think that when they were fixing the car on the side of the road, he heard banging on what sounded like trash cans, and so he pulled over as quick as he could?
Yeah, he pulled over.
What? Someone's trying to get my attention. Oh. Yeah, so he's not a big car guy then, because he couldn't fix it, I guess. But
yeah,
it's the thought that counts.
No, it's not. And we're big car guys, so we would have been able to fix it.
I would say A for effort.
Auto Inc.
I would say A for effort, but there'd be skepticism. Well, that's what I was just getting to.
So KHOU reported that though Bregman, who's dealing with a quad injury, and his friends were unable to help Flores' car. He had a bunch of friends. No one could fix it. Probably. The fan and his dad did get assistance and made it home safely. Wow. So he pulled over and he did nothing. There's nothing to this story.
No, Max. He did something. He took a picture with them. And then he tweeted back at them, too, saying, nice jersey.
This is a PR move. You see the picture. The people in the car were fine. They probably just called AAA or called for assistance. Alex and his friends pulled over. They said, hey, you want a picture? We can't actually help you with your car. And that's what happened. I mean, it's like, I'm happy for the fan. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the guy. Look, I don't like to shit on a happy story, but Alex Bregman is a cheater.
But you do love to shit on the Astros.
Yeah, they cheated, especially Alex Bregman. He's one of the cheaters.
Yeah,
and he didn't apologize.
Yeah,
Ben, I mean, what do you think?
I don't think I feel as strongly about it as you, but,
but
having said that, it's really funny that he couldn't help but get the car
I know.
fixed.
The hilarious part of the story is that he pulled over and just couldn't help.
Yeah. I can help you. I can help you. I got AAA on my phone. I'll give him a call.
Yeah.
I think I have a spare tire. Do you guys need one of those?
Yeah,
it's somewhere in the car, under the car, in the hood. I don't know.
Like, dude, if someone looked like in distress, I think I would pull over to help them. But if somebody's just on the side of the road, like, if we're being honest, I do not know shit about cars. Like,
yeah,
I'm not.
I can help. I can get jumper cables out, and I can do those. I can change a tire.
I can
change a tire. That's it.
Yeah, I can't change a tire.
You can't change a tire.
No, I have AAA, Ben. Why would I know how to change a tire?
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, you don't have AAA?
I don't, but I think my insurance has something that I can call.
Oh, okay.
Some sort of roadside assistance.
See, Ben, I've always had AAA, so I don't know how to change a tire.
Okay.
Does that make me less of a man?
No. What is the textbook definition of a man?
Does that make me? Is having AAA hoity-toity? Is it yuppie to have AAA? Yo, bro, you got AAA? What are you, some kind of yuppie?
Maybe a little. I don't know.
I feel like AAA, like AAA isn't
you've convinced me.
Dude, AAA is so fancy, dude. You get like a $5 discount some places.
Yeah.
Dude, if you ever use AAA, it's like a guy, like a normal guy with like a tow truck comes to help you. It's not like a fancy service, you know? Like, it's not fancy. It's not like OnStar. Like, I was like one time I had to get my tire changed, like a mechanic comes and is like, remember not to drunk drive. Like, I had to fucking change a drunk driver's fucking car and like I wouldn't do it. I was in North Carolina. He's like, if you were drunk, I wouldn't have actually helped you. I was like, okay, like I'm sober. You're outside my house. It's like 2 in the afternoon. Just need my car fixed. He's like, all right, okay.
Oh wow! It's like, sounded like he needed a buddy.
Yeah, I was very polite to him, just saying it's not a fancy service. All right, let's move on. I'm not fancy, guys.
We found our YouTube clip for
me defending
talking about AAA.
All right, here we go. Here
Oh boy, Barstool.
Barstool. This is disgusting. MLB Barstool in significant talks to broadcast games.
You know what? Maybe they should get Trevor Bauer to be a commentator for those games too. While they're at it, why not?
If you're going down such a despicable fucking route, it's just bad. I mean, I don't know.
I think Bauer might be available now. I think he might be if they want to add him to the list.
Well, it's just so bad. They're saying that these games would be like during the week for national games, and that they would revolve around gambling. I think
right.
Betting.
Well, they have Barstool Sportsbook now. That's their thing.
So, but it would revolve around betting.
Yeah, it's probably like commentating on the odds changing throughout the game.
Does that sound appealing? Even not Barstool
for gambling addicts, I can see it.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But even if you're a casual gambler and not a gambling addict,
yeah, I'd much rather hear Don Orsillo any day calling a game than people talking about the money that they're losing.
Yeah, I know. I'm just this is just feels with gambling getting legalized, I'm okay with the occasional gambling thing popping up, but when it becomes too heavily
influencing of the sport, yeah.
Well, just too much gambling stuff, I'm just oh my god, I'm just thinking about gambling addicts, and I'm just no, I'm just no, please stop the gambling addicts, no, but yeah, it should be legal, but I don't know, it's bad.
It is a thing, in I've seen at the casinos here in Colorado that we have, they have the Barstool Sportsbook rooms and things like that. So Barstool is very intertwined now with gambling, I feel with sports betting specifically. I mean, MLB, they make a lot of questionable decisions. They're they definitely are not as progressive of a league as the NBA
they're
is. You would never see the NBA partnering with Barstool.
Dude,
ever.
They're not as progressive a league as the NFL.
I don't know about that. Maybe. They're I'd say they're equals. They're equals.
Dude, but at least the NFL pretends.
Yeah.
The MLB it just come out recently, the NFL being we're okay with gay people,
yeah,
the MLB won't do that. At least Roger Goodell pretends I'm sorry that I was an asshole, I'm pretending to be a better person now. The MLB won't take a stance on anything,
and I don't even know if it's the commissioners who even have that much control. It's probably all the team owners, getting together and having more of a control and say on that stuff. So,
but
because they're the ones who are putting all the money into it, basically.
Yeah, but I will say that I think that the MLB is just kind of the NFL just recently has looked a little more.
Yeah,
saying we're okay with gay players openly is pretty big. I don't see
it's huge. Well, especially for a sport like football.
Yeah, I don't see the MLB ever doing that.
Well, they did. I think actually, isn't the vice president of the MLB? He was the first openly gay player, Billy Beane, not the Billy Beane from Moneyball, other Billy.
Yeah,
Beane.
the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't. But it's regressed. I feel like.
Yeah. No, and look, it's stuff like this, and it's stuff obviously. I don't really want to talk about it much, but when you see so many players like Trevor Bauer in the league, and then there was Ozuna too, had his thing this year that he got kicked out for. It's just these things aren't a good look for the MLB. It's just
no. Okay. And it even says in here in this article from the fucking New York Post, which the New York Post is yeah, Barstool has controversy because it's known to be misogynistic. If the fucking New York Post is calling you out for being misogynistic, that you probably have a big problem. And it's saying that because the games are non-exclusive, Barstool probably wouldn't have to do the production, and that it can just take the feeds, and then it's just going to be literally Dave Portnoy, the asshole head of it, just talking with like other people, and they're just like chilling, talking about the bets and like talking over everything.
And this is the misogyny thing is exactly why like I brought up Trevor Bauer, is because when that incident is happening right now, which is like super not a good look right now for the MLB because he's such a high profile player, to then go and hire Barstool to partner with Barstool to be doing this with the reputation Barstool has is like so tone deaf by the MLB to be going and doing that.
But dude, it's all business. Barstool, like, you know, dude, it's so okay. Also, you might not know this. In 2019, Dave, okay, we can't get too far into this, but
okay, yeah.
But you might not know this. Dave Portnoy is a really good guy because Dave Portnoy tweeted that if any of his people contacted a labor rep to unionize any of his employees, he would fire them. So he has threatened his employees not to unionize and he would fire them. Guess what, Ben? That's illegal and went to court. But
he's a piece of shit.
But he's getting wrongdoing. He's a bad person. He said he was apolitical, but that he would vote for Trump because he likes watching people
because he hates
squirm.
Unions.
Yeah. When Eric Trump took a photo of Dave Portnoy and his dad, he said, "Two legends. Anyone that Eric Trump thinks is a legend is a bad person." So Barstool is a bad place run by bad people. Fuck Barstool. Help us join in the fight against Barstool.
Also, fuck anyone who's anti-union.
Yeah, that's like really bad. That's like really bad. This isn't even political. It's not a political thing. Not. It's
my wife and I have been in the film industry in a union. It has given us such good health benefits, such good insurance. We would be nothing without our union. I love unions. I love them.
How can you be anti-union? You have to be so evil.
Yep.
Dave Portnoy is a bad person. He's bad.
Bad dude.
He's misogynistic, you know, and who cares that fucking like Bryce Harper like embraces Barstool? That's one guy. Like,
well, and it could be a lot more too. We like that's the thing is I am so glad that most MLB players don't talk publicly about their politics, because I imagine there'd be so many favorites of mine that I would not like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Just don't talk about it.
Yeah, because otherwise, then it's like it's soiled for me.
You know, and honestly, that they don't have to, and I really respect that.
I respect that they don't. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they don't have to, and especially when people get upset that like that players of color don't speak up on issues. I'm like, white players don't speak up on issues. I think that players of color shouldn't have to speak up on issues if they don't want to. They don't have to. They have every right not to if they don't feel comfortable or don't want to. You know, like
the choice is totally theirs.
The choice is totally theirs. People have the option to not want to if they don't feel comfortable. If they just want to play baseball and have fun and you know, like live their life and choose their values, then that's their prerogative, and I respect that. You know, like that's kind of, you know, we choose what we want to do on this podcast. I know it's a much smaller scale, but everyone has their kind of prerogative on what they want to speak about publicly, because there's a lot of baggage that comes with that.
I think this is going to bite them in the ass, the MLB, eventually. Because something's going to be said.
Does. Like, well, I hope it doesn't happen. I hope this doesn't happen.
Look, something's going to be said, and then when they're making their apology, Nick Castellanos is going to hit a home run right in the middle of their apology, because that's what he does.
Well, do you know what's going to happen? We're going to end Barstool. So join us in the fight against Barstool. What we do is what you got to do is say, join us in the fight against Barstool. Bouquet emoji, okay?
And then we'll be doing the MLB games.
Yes, bouquet emoji. Remember,
that's right. We've got a big audience. We're going to be bringing in.
What do you say,
bringing
Ben?
in your mom, my wife.
Do you say bouquet or bouquet? Bouquet.
It depends on what mood I'm in.
Yeah, I say both. It's like caramel. All right, let's move on. Let's have some fun.
Yes.
Let's have some fun.
What's next?
Ooh!
Oh, yeah.
Another douchebag. We got another
fun.
douchebag in the house. Stop yelling, Joe. We did it, Joe. We did it, Joe. I mean, we didn't. Stop yelling, Joe.
I hate Joe Buck. That's what.
Stop yelling, Joe. Jeopardy fans slam Joe Buck as terrible and annoying. As sports,
was it Jeopardy fans, or do you think just some baseball fans that were commenting on Twitter?
Well, I will tell you, it was both, and I will get to a particularly major one of both. Slam Joe Buck as terrible and annoying as sportscaster makes guest host debut. Joe Buck is a terrible sports broadcaster and a terrible Jeopardy host. He just yells and is
Let me just say
bad.
it. I don't hate Joe Buck.
You don't. I that's crazy.
I like his voice. I like his voice,
but he's not
got a good voice. He's not. Look, yeah, he is not the best in terms of, well, and he does multiple sports too. So it's not like he's got a strictly baseball background or anything. So he's not the best when it comes to that stuff. However,
he's so awkward.
However, I love his voice. I love it. He's got a great voice.
His voice doesn't bother me. It's just kind of like, I just don't think he's very like good at like calls and stuff. And I just don't think he's like great. He doesn't bother me as much as other people do. Like, I'm not like, oh, I can't stand this guy, but I do think I do think he kind of sucks. I think he's awkward.
I think there are worse.
There's MLB, way worse,
and there's way better too. Well, Don Ursello being the best.
Well, no, the thing is, it's like, why does Joe Buck get the World Series? Like, why does he get playoff games? Like, why does listening to him and John Smoltz call Yankee games is painful because
he does other sports too. I think.
Yeah, he does the NFL and stuff, and it's just like, why? Like, why does this guy get everything? There's definitely better people, but just like reading these tweets, it's like so fucking funny.
Read some of them. I want to hear them.
Ugh, I expected not to like Joe Buck as Jeopardy host, but this is beyond awful. Stop yelling, dude. But the best one is from let me find it. Hold. Oh shit. I pressed the wrong button, Ben.
No.
I pressed the wrong button.
So I thought, while you look for that, I just want to say Joe Buck was really funny in this show Brockmire. Have you heard of that on IFC?
Yeah.
He was really funny in that show. So he can be great in some aspects. I'll give him that.
Okay, so James Holzhauer, from Jeopardy, he's also in the Shades, had the best tweet. He said, no. Jeopardy says whoever hosts full time will have to quit their other job. So I'm crossing my fingers it's Joe Buck. That's basically why I put this story in the podcast.
That's amazing. I love it. I love that. Oh. Man, can him and Ken Jennings co-host together? Because those guys are both amazing. Well, that's the thing. They gave it to Mike Richards.
Talk about another problematic person getting a job.
They had 3 other guys that could have been amazing. It could have been him, James, could have been Ken, and it could have been LeVar Burton.
Well, LeVar Burton wasn't great.
Oh, I actually didn't see his.
I saw a little bit of it, but everyone said that he had like low energy, was messy, and he had really bad ratings too.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, that was like
he's so wholesome. That's why I feel like he would have been great.
That was like a big nerd campaign because everybody likes him, but in that's like a big internet thing. But it's
in reality, doesn't have the hosting skills.
It really should have been Ken, because Ken is like
Ken's funny.
Ken's funny. He's a great host. He's warm. Alex would have wanted it. Mike Richards is just like, oh, he's young and handsome. He's hosted other stuff before. The next, he has lawsuits harassing pregnant women. He's perfect.
Yeah.
What's her name?
They're both on a new show now.
Mayim Bialik was actually really good. I heard. I missed her her weeks, but she'll do like the other. I heard like my mom said she was like really warm and really liked the contestants and stuff, which I think is like a good thing. But
so
it's
they
like,
had so many options.
and they give, she's like smart and is like a neuroscience scientist and stuff. It's like, why would you why give it to the most boring, bland guy with lawsuits harassing pregnant women?
It's fixed. That's why. It's fixed.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're executives. We have to give it to the white guy with lawsuits harassing pregnant women. We have to. It's the law.
After all that, imagine if they just gave it to Jose Altuve.
Yeah. Bringing it back to sports, Ben. We got it. That's really good. That's really good.
I do my best.
All right. What do we got next, Ben? This is good, Ben. This is all about you.
What? John McEntire?
Yeah, so Rebel
Rebel
Wilson hangs out with John McEntire during trip to Italy. Lunch with this legend. That's your favorite tennis player, Ben.
My favorite tennis player.
Last episode where people
I always just thought he was an actor from Adam Sandler movies. I didn't even know he played
John
tennis.
McEntire.
Do you think they talked about at their lunch or whatever? Do you think they talked about like her last name is Wilson? Do you think they talked about Wilson tennis balls? Do you think that's what they were?
I think they mainly talked about Owen Wilson.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. They probably forgot about
because McEntire's probably played with Owen or acted with Owen Wilson in Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, they probably forgot about Luke Wilson because we all have. But unless he starts doing those commercials,
don't take any jabs at Luke.
Well, we forgot about him. I mean, you wouldn't have brought him up unless I did. Would you have brought him up?
I would have brought up Owen first. Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't have remembered.
Owen's the go-to brother. He's the go. Yeah. He's the go-to.
So back in February, Rebel Wilson told fans one of my original career choices was to be a professional tennis player. She even this is from people.com. She even had a thing.
Wow. Yeah. I saw there was like a Instagram photo or something of her playing tennis. Yeah.
Yeah. She's done a lot of things. I like Rebel Wilson. I liked her in the Pitch Perfect movies.
I give it 1 year before we see a tennis movie with her and Sandra Bullock where they're undercover FBI agents, directed by Paul Feig.
Directed by John McEntire.
John McEntire.
For anybody missing this joke, Ben last episode referred to John McEnroe, the tennis player, as John McEntire, which is just hilarious. So
yeah, I'm like one of those stereotypical moms that gets the names wrong of people all the
time. Yeah. So, have you seen Pitch Perfect?
I have. I've seen the whole series, Max. 1, 2, and 3.
I think 1 and 3 are the best.
You liked 3? 3 is just an army commercial.
It's an army commercial?
Oh yeah, dude. That whole thing is like an army commercial.
I think 3 might be my favorite.
Really? Because of how bad it is? You like?
I don't know. I was just cracking up. So bad. I was cracking up the whole time. I thought
it's so bad.
But I was so funny though. I was delightful.
I think 2 is the best.
Wow, I thought. Yeah. I think they're all really good. I love them.
3's an army commercial. Go back, rewatch it.
I do want to watch. But
oh, dude, I swear, just trust me.
That's so funny. I do trust you, but I was just enjoying
at the end of the movie. I think they they're going. They're like all talking about. A couple of them are in the circle and they're talking about what they're going to do after they all separate. And like 2 of them are saying that they're going to join the Air Force.
I think I was I think I just love what's his face too much when he's singing with Rebel Wilson. I think I was just like, this is so awesome.
Who, McEntire?
No. What's his name? The guy, the famous actor.
David Spade.
No, her dad. He plays her dad.
Luke Wilson.
No, the guy that plays Rebel Wilson's dad in the movie. Fat
Owen
80s
Wilson.
Dad.
Owen Wilson. I don't remember.
From Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh, John Lithgow.
Yeah, John Lithgow when he plays her dad.
Yes, right. Okay.
Come on, that shit's amazing. That movie's so funny.
Yeah, he's like some international bad guy spy.
Yeah, it's so
James Bond
stupid. I love that movie. It's so funny.
Well, thank God they had the Marines to help them get out of that sticky situation.
It made me enlist for a little bit. I did a tour after
Did you?
I saw
you
that
did
movie.
Do a tour.
Best year of my life.
Did you know that they had a Taco Bell out there? They had a Taco Bell. The Army is amazing.
Is that how they got the funding for the movie?
Probably, yeah.
I don't see how that takes away from the movie.
Dude, you got to rewatch. I want you to rewatch that now, Ben, because it's so funny.
That's just gonna make me like the movie more.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
So we agree that the third one's the best movie.
Depends on how you look at it.
Yeah,
depends on how you look at it. I think the
second one drags a little bit. There's not enough army advertising in it. Okay, let's go on.
Oh, baby,
Ben, explain.
So, Max, did you know that Carmelo Anthony once played for the Denver Nuggets?
I thought he played for the Knicks.
No, that was before the Knicks. We should have had LeBron. We were the worst team in the NBA, supposed to get the first pick. And
why didn't you?
Because of the lottery. We ended up getting the third pick. And so we should have had LeBron, but we got Carmelo Anthony instead. George Karl, though, our coach at the time, also previously coach of the Seattle Supersonics with Gary Payton and Sean
Coolest
Kemp and
team
all
name.
Those guys.
I missed that team
name. They were the best. And he was a really good coach. Awesome coach. Super nice guy in real life. Like, he's overcome a lot of shit, overcome cancer. He's really nice guy. I want to preface that he's a nice guy before we get into this, because he tweeted out, he quote tweeted Melo saying, "This is the one thing I'm missing. This is the one thing that keeps me up at night, that motivates me, that I don't have it." Talking about, obviously, like going to a championship, winning a championship. It's the one thing on his NBA bucket list that he hasn't gotten. George Karl responds, "And it kept our coaching staff up at night a decade ago when we were stressing the importance of team play and defense." Now, let me just say, he's not necessarily wrong. Like, when you have Allen Iverson on your team and like Chauncey Billups on your team, like, you might want to pass to those guys every now and again. Might be a good idea. I don't know.
I don't know if I would.
Hall of Fame players.
I'd be nervous. I'd be nervous. Like, what if I passed wrong to them and then they were mad at me? Like, I think I would just hold on to it. What if they were like, "You passed me fast enough"? I think I'd be nervous to pass.
That makes sense. Yeah,
maybe Melo was nervous.
He was afraid that Iverson would embarrass him somehow. Yeah,
he was young.
Yeah,
Melo definitely changed.
I just love, though, that, like, George Karl, who has always had this persona of being this really nice guy, is just like going off on Twitter. On his old player that was on his team.
How many years has fucking Carmelo been in the, like, how was this, like 15 years ago?
It was like a decade ago. Yeah, I want to say it was around 08, 09, 010 in that era. Yeah.
I think so it was like 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was about
and now he's like calling him out on Twitter, like, what?
That's the thing, dude. These old coaches, they don't give a fuck anymore. Like,
he's just like
Phil Jackson in that Bulls documentary, Last Dance. He just doesn't. He's just like sounding off about Jordan and Pippen and all these people and saying that they're assholes, whatever. Like, these old coaches, they don't give a shit anymore.
Phil Jackson's like, I did acid once, so I'm in, like, I did half a tab of acid.
Yeah,
so
he's a hippie.
I'm rich and I bought an Indian skull, so I'm enlightened. That's why I'm good at coaching.
The idea for the triangle offense came on an ayahuasca ceremony in Peru.
That I sent someone else to do. I didn't do
it. He then, someone was like asking him more later, "Do you have that slide?"
Yeah, so
as if this wasn't bad enough, he like doubles down. It's so funny.
Here we go.
So he said, I think at least 100 people told me on here to die or rot in hell in the past 24 hours. Come on, folks. That's not kind or cool. Thumbs down emoji. Lighten up and celebrate life. Thumbs up emoji. And then someone replied, "What did you say?" And he goes, "That Melo was a ball hog and a shitty defender in Denver." It's like, that's not what he said. But if there was anyone trying to sift through anything vague or read between the lines, he cleared that up pretty well of what he was trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is what he said. Apparently, he cleared it up.
He cleared it up. Melo was a shitty defender in Denver. Oh,
wow.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. But it is just funny that the cranky old man is just going off on Twitter.
Melo was just nervous because he was young. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably it. It's going to be awesome though if he never passes to LeBron. That's just going to be hilarious.
Yeah, Melo's just like, and why haven't you passed? Melo's like, I'm scared. What if LeBron gets mad at me?
Yeah. You know what's funny is Russell Westbrook likes to have control of the ball too. Like, is this going to be a battle between these three guys to keep control of the ball?
That's what they said would happen with the Nets, and it didn't.
That's true. We'll Although I think Harden felt like he had something to prove because everyone has always called him a ball hog, and so I think he changed things up quite a bit.
No, but I think he's actually just a really good basketball player.
Yeah. Well, look. Maybe Harden would have passed more to his team if Kevin Durant was on his team. I don't know.
Yeah, no, Harden was like, I play that way because otherwise we wouldn't make we would just lose. What else was I gonna do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's next?
Let's see.
Are we talking? Oh, who?
This is something that, guys, when you listen to our podcast, you know that we're pretty good about baseball. We know a little about baseball. We know a little about. We have
yet to do a hockey story. A single hockey story.
We know a lot about hockey, but we're really experts on soccer, or as we like to call it, football, because we're really European.
That's right.
So, soccer star Lionel Messi signs with Paris Saint-Germain. He left FC, which is football club, we'll assume.
I guess.
At Barcelona. Messi, he's set to join PSG on a 2-year contract that highlights the growing gap between soccer's rich
What's
and
PSG?
Super rich. That's Paris Saint-Germain.
Oh, okay.
Right above it.
All right.
The New York Times. We knew that, Ben. Ben's just kidding.
I thought it
know a lot about
was
soccer.
Like pitching a soccer goal or something like that.
Yeah. So you got to know this. The French soccer powerhouse PSG, is Paris Saint-Germain, is bankrolled by the state of Qatar. Some call it Qatar, but I believe that is pronounced Qatar.
Interesting.
Yeah, they've signed Lionel Messi, and I was reading he's I think he was signed by Barcelona since he was 13. Long time.
Wow.
So what do you think this means for soccer, Ben?
Is this going to be like our closing ceremonies bit where I just make shit up? Well, look, Ben. we all know this is Messi he is the second coming of David Beckham. And I would like to see a Bend It Like Messi. I would like to see that. If they make that movie, that would be great. A remake.
Mess it like Messi.
All right, let me give a more definitive take here. All right, Messi is going to change the game of soccer with this move to Barcelona. He's
moving from Barcelona, Ben.
Look, when he goes to Paris, he is going to change the way we see soccer. That's just how it is. And it's I think we could say this is the biggest news story in the history of soccer. Probably.
Yeah, I think you could say things are definitely going to get messy with Messi.
Oh, God.
You're going to mess it like Messi. I think David Beckham's going to have to take a back seat. Mess it like Messi. I mean, he is the co-founder of Lionel Trains with Neil Young, and those trains, the train set, he did find those with Neil Young. True story. Neil Young
that's amazing.
It's a co-founder of Lionel Trains. Look it up. True story. And the soccer, they're going to change soccer balls because he's going to kick them too hard. They're going to need to make them different sized. And I just think that that other big soccer player is going to Ronaldo is going to have to watch out. He's the guy who has the most followers on Instagram. He might lose followers on Instagram because Messi is going to be in Paris, and things are going to be big.
I agree.
So this story is developing, and we're going to probably
not follow up on it every week.
I don't know if we're going to be able to talk about it again. This is probably the most we have to say.
Oh, I love talking about soccer. Can we talk about hockey next week?
Yeah, we have to talk about hockey. Messi's a cutie, though.
We got to move this along, Max. That Yankees game is starting soon.
Okay, here we go.
Speaking of which, is that the next slide?
No. Oh, yes.
Yay! Perfect.
Apparently, Thursday's Field of Dreams game will be the most expensive regular season baseball game in American history.
I believe it. Did you see? Well, because it's not even the actual field that they're using. They built a new field on the other side of the crop.
What?
On the other side of the corn, they built a new field.
Why?
Because they didn't want to use the original field was like too small or whatever.
Oh yeah, so they had to build like a.
And they wanted to preserve it, so they built like a whole nother field just like on the opposite side of the stalks, corn stalks. One that like can have all the bleachers and all the media area. They have to have all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like these prices really are stupid, though.
Apparently, how much are they going for?
Dude, they're going. So the average purchase price, so like the face value prices were for people in Iowa who have a really shitty time getting to baseball stadiums anyway, and then also because of where they're located, there's
they're all Cubs fans, I believe. Most Iowans are, so they have to drive to Wrigley.
Yeah, they have to drive or to like the White Sox, which is So, and then also because of their location, there's a lot of like blackouts for them too. So it's really hard for them to actually watch baseball.
Oh, right.
And then a lot of so they were the people that got to purchase tickets, but a lot of their like face value tickets were $375 if they even wanted to watch the game, which is fucking ridiculous.
Wow. So, and that's just for Iowans.
So as of August 9th, the average purchase price on tickpick.com was $1,413.
Wow.
The get-in price
was more than the All-Star game. That's crazy.
Yeah, the get-in price was $1,316 with tickets going as high as $3,972. Now I'm sure that was August 9th. I'm sure they're going up higher today. Yeah, and think about it. You have to fly or drive to fucking Iowa for a night for one game.
Do people love Kevin Costner that much?
Apparently.
Did you see he's there? He's doing photo ops.
He's like throwing out the first
throwing
pitch.
Baseballs with his dad out there.
Dude, I mean, it's just like they should have made it like a contest and then to get tickets, and you shouldn't have been able to resell them. They should have made some effort to stop scalping. But of course, MLB doesn't care. This should not be possible, or they should have given tickets as like a charity thing.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that some of those people are paying that much because they actually think like Babe Ruth and Shoeless Joe come out of the stuff? And they're like, it's just like the end of the movie where there's the line of cars.
Dude, that's the only way I would pay that fucking money. I want to see
I would pay
Babe
that
Ruth.
Much to see Babe Ruth and Mick.
I want to see Shoeless Joe. Was it Shoeless Joe Jackson?
Shoeless Joe. He would probably end up being a Barstool commentator because he knows a lot about gambling, right?
Yeah.
Him and Pete Rose together.
Wasn't the whole point? Wasn't like the whole point of the movie that like Shoeless Joe Jackson he like got caught up in it, but really he wasn't really his fault. So, like he was one of the good guys.
They all did it together.
Yeah. No, the whole point was Shoeless Joe. He wasn't his fault.
Imagine if they did. Imagine if they remade that movie, but with like the Astros players.
Instead. Yeah, Jose Altuve. No, because that's what they say in the locker room. All the guys in the locker room are like, Jose Altuve. He got mad at us when we would do the trash can banging. He didn't want to, and then they'll do the thing, be like the buzzer. He was just getting a bad tattoo, and his wife didn't like him take off his shirt. He was wrongfully accused. And so it'll be like him coming out of the cornfield. But like but because he's short, they like won't see him when
I was just going to say they could barely see him walking out from those stalks.
They'll be like, I don't see what you're talking about. They'll point him down. They'll be like, oh, there he is. Heightless Jose.
Do you hear that in the stalks? Do you hear that? Bang.
So what do you think about Field of Dreams? But we have 15 minutes and we have to talk about this.
Yes, no, I like the movie sort of. Like I enjoy James Earl Jones quite a bit in that movie. I think he's great. I like more of the baseball-y moments. Like I enjoy the mysticism and the fun of like the old players coming out. I think that's a fun idea. Conceptually speaking, I enjoy the idea of this field where old baseball players come out and they want to play. I think that's fun and cool. However, I am not a big fan of Kevin Costner baseball movies. I hated For the Love of the Game and I hated Bull Durham. I hate those movies. I think they're corny as hell. They're terrible.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't say I hate Field of Dreams. I think it's the best of the 3 Costner baseball movies, but I still don't think too highly of it.
All right. Should I get canceled now?
Yeah, go ahead. Do it.
I don't like Field of Dreams. I think it's a bad movie.
Okay.
Here we go.
By the way, though, before you continue with that rant, I want you to tell everyone what your favorite baseball movie is.
Well, my favorite baseball movie is probably A League of Their Own.
Oh, damn you.
But I really like Fever Pitch.
Yeah, that's right.
And yes, it is a Red Sox movie. But no other movie captures what it is like to be a fan of baseball.
Then what? Fever Pitch?
Yeah, Fever Pitch captures what it's like to be a fan and get excited, and like what it is like to be like obsessed with baseball and how to balance it like in relationships and life, and like what you're thinking of, like getting excited for the season and like going to games and like weighing it. I don't know. It's just like a fun movie. It's really funny. I don't know. It's good. Jimmy Fallon's actually not annoying and good in it. I love Drew Barrymore. It's a funny movie. It's good.
It's all right. It's fine.
But think about it.
It's better than, I'll give you this, it's better than Field of Dreams.
Yeah,
it is
definitely
better than Field of Dreams.
But anyway, there's no other baseball movie that's about being a fan of baseball.
Yeah.
So I just think that
maybe Rookie of the Year, I guess, because he was a fan and then he becomes a player.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? I do think that it is an interesting take that it's like the main thing is that he's like a fan of baseball and he just has this like obsession about the Red Sox and it's like such a big part of his life. I do think that is like what an interesting take about it. Like he's so obsessed that he like watches old tapes of like the Red Sox winning, and it's during a time when they suck too, and he still finds such like comfort in it. I'm like, yeah, it's like what it is to be like a sports fan, and he's also balancing it with like a new relationship. Like I
like that take. I like that.
Yeah, it actually got my girlfriend into after that movie. She was like, I want to start watching baseball with you.
Oh, that's so nice.
That movie kind of made me see like why people watch baseball, and now she's a huge baseball fan. We watch every night.
Jimmy Fallon is a good guy. He's a good guy.
I normally do not like Jimmy Fallon at all, but he's good in that movie. And I don't like the Farrelly brothers, but it's a good movie. And we like rom-coms. So if you don't like rom-coms, you're not going to like the movie, but it's a good movie. Anyway, Field of Dreams is
go on that.
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't watch it when it came out because I didn't exist, and I didn't watch it when I was young. So I watched it like a couple of years ago. So I have no nostalgia for it. So if you don't have nostalgia for the movie, like I'm gonna come out and say, like, of course I don't really have an attachment for it. And
even then, I think upon rewatch as an adult, it doesn't hold up nearly as much.
Yeah, it's not gonna hold up as much, but having no nostalgia for it is definitely a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that's one thing. So that's why I'm giving an honest review, because I'm not gonna say that movie sucks, because if you don't have the nostalgia, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Another major problem I have is that this guy has a problem with his relationship with his father, right? He felt that he didn't spend enough time.
Got daddy issues.
Yep. He felt that he didn't spend enough time with his father. Well, it seems that his dad was the adult in the situation.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you're right.
It was his father's responsibility to spend more time with him. His dad was the adult in his situation, and his dad was shitty to him. It was not.
And then when they did meet up on the field at the end, his dad wasn't even like, "Tell me about your life. Tell me about your family." He was like,
No, it's just I'm
he
gonna
was
play
like, "Oh
catch
yeah, let's play
with my
catch.
dad.
I
It's
need to
just
warm
shitty.
up anyways for this game."
He has to go through. He still has to go through all these lengths, these like ridiculous lengths, just to play catch with his dad at the end of this movie. His dad should have been going through all those lengths in the afterworld to get back to his son. It just bothers me,
not
man.
to play with the other players. Yeah.
It's just always that shit. People are always like, you know what? You should call your father, even though he's shitty to you. Sorry, these are my own personal issues, but it is a real thing. It just does bother me. He's like, I had a bad relationship with my dad, so it was my responsibility. I'm like, no, it's his.
Nope.
Anyway,
Yeah.
going through the
movie. Honestly, that's a great take. I never thought of it that way before, but you're absolutely right. It
always bothers me shit like that. It's in so many movies, man. Continuing on. So we're going through the movie, like it's going on. No, the people coming out of the cornfield is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then they bring in like the J.D. Salinger book ban, like, but it's James Earl Jones.
I thought James Earl Jones was delightful in that movie.
No,
I thought he was delightful.
He's great because it's James Earl Jones.
Yeah, but of course.
Why do you? I know it's based on a book, but like, what? Leave J.D. Salinger alone. Like, J.D. Salinger was so mad when that book was published. Like, J.D. Salinger became a hermit. He's like, leave me alone. They're like, no, we got to put J.D. Salinger in this book. But now instead of writing, right, wasn't it like he's like, I don't write books anymore. I make educational computer games. Isn't that what he's doing now?
They
he's
made
like
that scene too, like
games?
in the public school where they were like trying to ban the book or something. Wasn't that a scene too?
Why is this? Yeah, I was like,
somehow
okay.
That's how they connected the two things together.
Yeah, well, then they have they have the same dream, and they're like, you have to go find him in like Boston and take him to
Fenway.
a game.
Yeah,
like, I'm not going to a baseball game. I have to work on my educational computer games. And it's like, what? So then they go, and then Gabby Hoffman chokes on like a fucking hot dog, and the doctor saves him. It's all fucking, I don't know, man. The whole plot is just ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It's just silly. If they just
conceptually speaking, that like I kind of like the concept. I kind of like the overall concept.
There's parts of the concept that are cool. Just the whole plot revolving around this guy having to get his dad to play catch with him. And just people thinking
it's a bit much. It's a bit much.
I just hate when people are like, I love the part when he plays catch with his dad. I'm like, that's the worst part. Like his dad should have come to play catch with him. It just doesn't make any sense to me, man. It's just fucking stupid. It's a stupid movie that could have been cool. It is cool when all the players come out.
Having said that, I'm excited to see them play on that field because it seems like a cool field.
It seems
like an awesome field. And those old jerseys that the White Sox and the Yankees have are awesome.
The Yankees ones are just like very similar to the new ones.
But they're still cool. Like it's still a cool little variant.
I actually ordered one of the hats. I missed it coming today, but it's supposed to come. Yeah, because the Yankee logo is like way bigger.
Yeah, I saw that. It looks
the bottom
awesome.
of the bottom of the brim is like green. I feel like it wasn't as eloquent, but yeah, my main point is that I think that the dad should have apologized. That's what bothers me about the movie. And I think that, and I do think it's funny at the end where James Earl Jones is just like, I'm going into the corn. And it's like, wait, where is he going? Into the corn, but
the man likes his corn. That's why.
I'm going to eat corn. That was the silliest part. He's like, why don't I get to go to the corn? You're just gonna go play catch with your shitty dad, and I'm gonna go to the ghost world to eat a lot of corn. Bye. I would be so pissed. I'd be like, so I'm going to play catch with my silent deadbeat dad, and you get to go to the ghost world that no one's ever been to before?
Yeah.
That's not fair, dude. That was a very silly part. But did you know that was Gabby Hoffman? Is that her name from fucking Transparent? Have you ever seen Transparent?
No, is that the Amazon show?
Yeah, have you seen Girls?
The first season. Yeah.
I mean, you probably know.
Was she in the first season?
No, but she grew up to She's like
she was the little girl in Field of Dreams.
Yeah, she's like an indie actress
really?
now. It's like really funny.
Oh, cool.
She does like weird shit. Yeah,
that's funny.
I was like, oh, that's her. Right? Doesn't she like choke on a hot dog?
I'd probably recognize her if I saw her.
Yeah, sure. I just think that the movie, like, it just doesn't hold up because the plot is like ridiculous. Yeah. It's like so.
What other? Let me ask you this: what other baseball movies would you like to see emulated by the MLB? Would you like to see? I tweeted this earlier. I want to see the Cubs playing a game where they have a 13-year-old boy pitching for their team to emulate Rookie of the Year.
Oh, definitely.
There was Little Big League where there was a child owning the Minnesota Twins, so it would be cool if they had a game where a child owned the Twins.
I guess Sandlot is a little too obvious.
Oh yeah, if they were to play on like
a sandlot.
But on a sandlot in a residential neighborhood or something.
Yeah, but there has to be a dog that like
there has to be a dog.
There has to be a dog, and they have to like ruin a signed baseball. A really expensive one by Babe Ruth. They have to. Ruin
I guess
Babe
in a
Ruth
way, all teams are doing Moneyball except for the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah. How can they do a major league type thing?
Oh, with the Cleveland Guardians, they'd have to introduce all their pitchers with like Wild Thing.
Yo,
right?
that movie is like I was watching it and I was like, I don't get the hype around this movie. But then like that last scene is so fucking good. Like the last game
I never saw that movie as a kid. I saw it as an adult, and
me too.
I fucking laughed hard through that
movie. Well, I was laughing a lot, but that last game is fucking incredible. Like it's so well done. It was just like
I was surprised. I always thought I was gonna hate that movie if I
Me
saw
too.
It. I loved it.
I was just so on their side. I was just like, Wild Thing comes out, you're like, please win, please.
Yeah. I'll tell you what my favorite baseball movie is.
Oh, I want to know.
Mr. 3000.
Is that the Bernie Mac one?
Yes,
Bernie Mac. Should I watch it?
Dude, you should watch it. It's so funny. Bernie Mac absolutely crushes it.
R.I.P. to the king.
R.I.P.
Pour one out.
Oh, Bernie Mac was so funny. That was such a big loss. God damn. I'm so upset that he's dead. He's so great.
To our listeners, you have to watch Fever Pitch. And by the way, I still hate the Red Sox. Fuck them. But watch Fever Pitch, and you have to watch Mr. 3000.
Oh, dude, that was the other thing I was gonna say. Speaking of Red Sox, about Alex Bregman. So there's this video going around of this kid at Fenway who's a Red Sox fan, and I think he was like trolling. He wasn't wearing any Red Sox gear, and he was trolling Alex Bregman, and he was like, Bregman, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? And meanwhile, he had his video going instead of like, he was like pretending he was going to take a picture. Alex Bregman comes up to him, and the kid goes, I don't want a fucking picture with you, you fucking cheater, you fucking loser. And Alex Bregman just goes, he just sighs and walks away.
One of us. I know he's a Red Sox.
I know he's
a Red Sox fan, but like, what a kindred spirit! I welcome him.
This is literally the one thing that can bond Yankees and Red Sox fans. He's a mutual hatred of the Astros.
I welcome him in the fight against Barstool, and he is definitely a pretty little person. So
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
He's one of us for sure.
It's so funny though. You'll have to check that video out.
That's like really fucking. I feel like I've seen it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I articulated it so well.
Yeah, I mean, like, what the fuck? That's like fucking perfect. Like, I'm not gonna watch videos anymore.
That's a good idea.
I'm gonna have you.
For your brain.
I'm gonna call you and have you just narrate Mr. 3000 for me.
You're gonna only listen to Sterling's calls. You're not gonna watch any more Yankees games.
Nope.
That's the way to do it.
Okay, well, we're going to go watch the Field of Dreams game, which I hope you are watching as well, listeners.
But also, please subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yes.
Follow us on Twitter,
and also subscribe to us on whatever podcast thing you're listening to us on. And
we're on Apple, we're on Anchor, we're on Overcast, all the big ones.
Spotify.
Google, Spotify.
Rate us positive ratings and reviews. All these things really help in our infancy to get other people to listen. Share things with your friends. Post us on social. Like, clearly you're one of our, we don't have a huge group of listeners right now, so you're a dedicated listener. So helping out helps. We really appreciate us. Thank you so much for listening.
Also, next week we will hopefully be live, hopefully on Wednesday night.
Wednesday at 9:30
or 9. And tomorrow, which will probably be today for those of you who are watching this, keep an eye peeled on our social media because we might have another fun thing dropping.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. This was a great show, Max.
It is good. And
thank you for listening to Pretty Little Sports Show.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Or day. I don't know. Bye! Forget ESPN. Come chill with Max and Ben. Don't be a barstool bro. There's a much better place to go. It's a Pretty Sports Show.